You probably didn't know that 15% of people who live here in San Diego live in poverty. 1 in 5 children in our city, that's a shocking number. 1 in 5 children in our city live below the poverty line. And these statistics are really powerful, especially during the holiday season, which is supposed to be a season of giving. And on that note, let me introduce Margaret Diggs from the Rock Church, who's here to tell us about a great event that they've got going on. It's called Toys for Joy. Margaret, so good to see you.
You too. Good to see you, Scott.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Toys for Joy.
Yes.
This is a huge community outreach event that goes on every year through the Rock Church.
Correct.
Tell us all about it.
Yeah, we partner with the community and churches and businesses to put on this event. And our hope and anticipation is that we can bless up to 12,000 people, children, with the events of the day or food. We give out food that's donated through the food bank, children's clothing, toys, of course. It's Christmas for some of these families that, you know, as you said, living below the poverty line, you might not have Christmas. So this is a day that we give back to the community. We partner with the community, give back, and just bless these families.
Is it an actual day? Is there one day where all these gifts and all this food and all this clothing is given out to these people?
Yes. December 14th, Saturday, 9 to 2 at Lincoln High School. A lot of people gather starting around 5 o'clock in the morning. The line is amazing. If you can get involved, which I encourage you to do, if you can, get involved and volunteer. It's an amazing day of just celebrating these families that are in need and giving back to them.
How do these families react? Because I could imagine where some of them might be really, truly grateful, obviously.
Oh my gosh.
And then are there families that maybe you have to pull to this and say, let us help you?
Absolutely.
Because maybe they feel embarrassed, maybe?
Yes. I think until they do it the first year, then they're not. And they're so amazed at the giving of the community, giving back to them, and a lot of them are thankful. I know last year we did a couple of segments with families that were blessed. They came to volunteer, and they were in turn blessed, and their kids talked about it forever. We give away 80 bikes to little kids that wouldn't have. So it's an amazing day, and people are definitely very thankful. And not to sound corny, but it's better to give than receive if you can. If you can get involved and help some of these families, it'll change your life as well.
I have 4 little kids, and I really am trying my best to teach them about giving back and doing community service, and I'm not doing a very good job right now. And
we can help.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you. I mean,
yeah.
If you're a white, suburban, relatively affluent community, if you live there, but you want to come be a part of this, how do you get involved and help? And I'm sure it would be, you keep using the word blessing, I'm sure it would be a tremendous blessing
Absolutely.
for families to get their children involved.
Huge. Get your butts up, 5 o'clock in the morning, come down, join us at Lincoln High School. We'll be there giving out food, there'll be entertainment, we'll be serving lunch. There's going to be music, we're giving away books, and we do need so many volunteers to make this happen. If you can imagine serving 12,000 people,
right.
We need tons of volunteers. Just go to sdrock.com, Toys for Joy, and we can tell you how to get involved, and it would be a great thing.
Not only do you guys, and we're taking a look at the website right now, not only must you need volunteers, but let's talk about, where do the toys come from? Where does the food come from?
We need donors, and we need partners, businesses that we can partner with that would help sponsor the event. And we do treat the sponsors like VIPs. We show you around and show you what your money is doing and what your gifts in kind will do. So yeah, partnership is a big part of it. We can't do this without
Does the church have like a place perhaps at the church where, because a lot of people realize, the Rock Church is a very, very large building that stands out in the Point Loma community, right?
Yes.
And I'm wondering, is there a place where, if I'm not a Rock Church member and I'm not going to go on a Sunday for a service, if it was a Tuesday afternoon and I wanted to drop off canned foods, I wanted to drop off toys, I wanted to walk in and just give some money, is there a place there at the Rock Church that handles this?
Yes, and even easier, you can give online.
That
so
would
just
make
go to the
things
website.
easier, yeah.
But we have donation boxes at the church, 227 Rosecrans, and at the thrift store, which is off of Sports Arena. You can also donate there. And we are donating, we're partnering up with the food bank to do food. So you can bring food if you want, but we're not collecting food for that. It's through the food bank.
Okay, what about clothing? What about clothing and blankets? I mean, I would think that during the wintertime, I realize it's not New York or the East Coast where it's freezing cold and bitter cold, but I know this.
Chilly.
Well, not only does it get chilly, but I also know this. When you're homeless or when you're living, in these impoverished environments, you need clothes, you need blankets, particularly socks and shoes, because once you get cold and wet even, it's hard to thaw out and dry out and warm up. So what about clothing donations?
Absolutely, clothing donations. For this event specifically, children's clothing, but we do have a thrift store, and it's in the Point Loma area, a huge homeless population, and yes, we do take that at the thrift store every day, 7 days a week. Again, there's a donation box for Toys for Joy there. Children's clothing, we ran out of children's clothing, I think, at 11 o'clock last year.
Wow.
So we really need that for the young tots.
Toys for Joy. One more time, tell everybody the website, because I think people hear you talk and they go, okay, let's get involved.
sdrock.com. And then look for Toys for Joy. Because
Okay.
I always get the slashes wrong. I don't want to say it
right,
wrong.
you don't know, is it forward slash, is it backward slash?
Yeah.
You figure it out on your own, try both. Rock Church, sdrock.com/Toys for Joy. It is great to visit with you.
You too.